Hello and welcome to the Press Room with WCN-TV, where we dive deeper into topics from recent editions of the Wilson County News. The Press Room is brought to you by the Wilson County News, your source for community and communication. I'm your host, Julia, the Marketing and Social Media Specialist. Today's episode is sponsored by the Go Wilson 360 Community Calendar. Go Wilson 360 is a product of the Wilson County News and is one of our initiatives to engage and connect our community. It's a free online community calendar where individuals and organizations can post their events and invite the public to participate. Visit www.gowilson360.com to check out the calendar and see what's going on in your community. To post your event, simply create a free account. Then you're free to get posting. Everything we're talking today has appeared in recent editions of the weekly Wilson County News. In today's episode, we're covering the following topics. The Floresville High School Tigers varsity soccer team made school history and broke records this season. Learn more about the team's performance from head boys soccer coach Luis Berumen. Sacred Heart Catholic School is excited to present its first annual Country Music Festival next Friday, April 21st, as they celebrate 90 years of providing quality Catholic education to the Wilson County community. Learn about the event from one of its organizers, Joshua Travieso. You can subscribe to print, digital, or both editions of the Wilson County News at wilsoncountynews.com/subscribe, so you never miss an edition of your local newspaper. Feel free to follow us where you're watching today so you're always up to date on the Press Room and our other WCN-TV news. First on today's show, you'll meet Luis Berumen. He's coached the Floresville High School varsity soccer team through their very successful history-making season and is giving us a rundown from a coach's point of view. Welcome to the Press Room.
Thank you. I'm happy for the invitation. Happy to be here.
Awesome. We're glad to have you. So who are you and where are you from?
I am Luis Berumen, Spanish teacher and boys soccer head coach at Floresville High School. I'm from Laredo, Texas.
Awesome. All right. So how did you come to work with Floresville ISD and the soccer team being from far away?
Well, I applied to Floresville 6 years ago. I got hired for the 17-18 school year.
Yeah.
And the interview committee noticed my history as a soccer coach. And the rest is history. Been here ever since.
That's awesome. So do you have experience playing soccer yourself?
Yeah, I've been playing soccer ever since elementary. I haven't stopped pretty much. I also started coaching when I was in high school.
Dang.
And in my hometown, you know, soccer, it's a very popular sport, especially in the Latino community.
Absolutely, that makes sense. So what draws you to the sport and encourages you to share it with youth today?
I think it's the passion that I feel for the sport as a player is like the feeling when you are inside the field, competing and collaborating with the team to win. Yeah. Also, the feeling you experience when you score. You know, a little bit of everything. As a coach, I started because I wanted to transmit those feelings to my team.
Yeah.
And then at some point, however, the purpose switched because the same group of kids were advancing to more competitive levels, and I figured out I could help them to be ready for high school soccer.
Yeah. So tell us about this year's soccer team. Can we get a rundown on the roster?
Sure. We have our goalkeepers, Ruben Portales and Caleb Garza. Our defenders, Jordan Salinas, Lance Martinez, Juan Diaz. We have a foreign exchange student, Asier Elena Gomez. We have also Cameron Talamantes, Gabriel Saldaña, and Hunter Geigenmiller.
All right.
And midfielders, Javier Estrada, Max Campos, Mario Mariño, Jose Lopez. We also have another foreign exchange, Ricardo Gonzalez Lopez, Jacob Marshall, Rustin Bowles, Roberto Ochoa, Michael Moreno, Abraham Sanchez, Jesse Galvan, and David Rocha.
Wow.
We have a lot of midfielders. And forwards we have Diego Ibarra, one of our seniors, Joshua Gonzalez, Judah Godlitz, and Caden Strong.
Awesome. That's a pretty large and strong sounding team you've got there.
Yeah, it's a mix of players with a lot of experience, young players. It's a very good group that we got this year.
Well, I would think so, being that y'all made history.
Yeah, of course.
So, did you have any outstanding members or team leaders? And if so, how did they contribute to your team's overall performance?
Well, yeah, we had some. I had my captains, Diego Ibarra, Jordan Salinas. We had Josh Gonzalez, Javier Estrada, and Mario Mariño. They were the ones who were helping us, me and my assistant, with the group. Very, very good players, very good students, good kids overall. And yeah, I think they were like the outstanding players this year.
Right. And so, what can younger players learn from their actions?
Well, there's a lot the young players can learn from them. They lead with the example, obviously, and it goes from learning how to do a specific drill to learning how to pretty much deal with discipline, behavior, everything that involves the soccer program.
Right. So they're really setting that example for them.
Yes, and also setting high expectations for the players that are staying for next year and the ones that are coming next year from middle school.
Right, because then those that stay are probably going to be your next leaders.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. So were there any exciting or even daunting moments during your games this season?
Exciting moments? Oh, there were many. The first one was before district. We played against East Central and we won 3-2.
Oh, that's close.
Yeah, but the way my team played, especially against the 6A school, like East Central, it made me realize like we're going to do good this year. Something big is going to happen, and I'm glad it did.
Wow.
Then the other one was against Uvalde, the last district game.
Yeah.
We were with 29 points, and we just wanted to be district champs by our own merits. If we tie or win, we were district champs. If we lose, we'll have to share the district championship with them.
Yeah.
And that game, kids just did everything right.
That's amazing. Wow. That must have been really exciting too. 29 is a really high score.
Yeah, it was. We actually went undefeated, district champs. So we won 10 games and we tied 2.
Whoa. To what do you contribute that success this season?
I think it's the team chemistry and mentality. Everybody on the same page, like everybody with the same goals in mind.
Absolutely. Do you mind me asking, how did y'all build on that mentality and really set those goals for yourselves?
It's just, having every available time to talk to the players, to let them know what the expectation was, to telling them, like, hey, you're capable of doing it. And in the process, it was also helping them believe in themselves, knowing like, hey, you can do this, you can accomplish these goals, but if they don't believe in themselves, it's not going to happen. So we're glad they bought the idea, they were committed to our program and to our philosophy of soccer.
That's really cool. So do you have any new goals for the next year, the next season?
Yeah, actually the goal is to consolidate our program, to be district champs again, to win the state tournament. That's one of our goals every single year, and to continue improving and being better.
Absolutely. What does it mean to consolidate your program?
It's just like, in a way, confirm that we are getting better, and this is not just a coincidence, like, oh yeah, it's a 1 year thing and then it didn't happen again. Like, we want this to be like a constant thing, that every year they are competing for the first places of district, they are going to playoffs. It's not just one thing and that's it.
All right, that makes sense. So how can interested Floresville High School students learn more about the Tigers soccer team or get involved?
Well, students can contact me or my assistant, Coach Drew Dilla, on campus or by email. They just pretty much have to sign up for athletics, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Right. And where could parents and the community keep up with Tiger Soccer and other FISD athletics?
Well, we use the SportsU app for players and parents that are already in the program.
Oh, cool.
For those of them that are interested in knowing about what we do, we use the Floresville ISD social media platforms.
All right. So we can follow Floresville ISD and see some updates.
Yes, of course.
Awesome. All right. Well, it looks like we covered all of my questions today. So thank you so much for your time and for sharing about your team's success.
Oh, no, like I said, thank you for the invitation, and I'm really happy to be here sharing a little bit of our year.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again and good luck next year.
Thank you very much.
Next, we're talking with Joshua Travieso, a Sacred Heart Catholic School parent and school board member. He's helped organize the school's first ever country music festival and is here to tell us about their exciting event, plus some general updates on the 90-year-old school. Welcome to the press room.
Oh, thanks for having me. I really appreciate y'all letting me come here and speak about our event and our school and everything.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. So who are you and where are you from?
My name is Joshua Travieso. I'm a member of the school board here at the Sacred Heart Catholic Church. I'm from Floresville. I lived here for a majority of my life. I left a little while to live in Austin for education and being in the military and things, but we're back here and we really enjoy participating in the community and things. So.
Yeah, that's really cool. Floresville born and raised.
Yeah.
So how did you learn about Sacred Heart Catholic School?
So when we were moving back from Austin, we were kind of visiting the elementary schools, deciding where we lived, and I always really had a fond memory of Sacred Heart. A lot of my friends attended there. I personally didn't, but I always thought everyone there was really intelligent and super ultra nice and stuff. So one of my best friends went there and everything. So we visited, we met Miss Teresa and Principal V, and we met some of the teachers, and it was just like a hit right off the bat. It really seemed like there was a lot of good chemistry there, and everyone was super nice. So we enrolled, and so we've been in the school for 2 years, and then I've been on the board for about a year now.
Wow. Very cool. How did you get involved with the school board? What did you have to do?
So it's kind of interesting. I always joke around because I didn't get accepted right away because they vote on it. It's the cool kids or whatever. But Miss Teresa, I would always go to help at the school and volunteer. And my daughter always forgets things. So I was always going there to like drop her stuff off. And one day Miss Teresa she was like, hey, you should apply to be on the school board. So I submitted the application and my resume, and then they voted for someone else initially, and I didn't really mind because I have a lot of things going on as well, right, with my own firm and things like that. But I just wanted to offer to participate, and then they approached me later and they said, hey, one of the individuals decided not to participate, and they asked me to go ahead and join. So. I really like it. Everyone there is super smart, and they're all like entrepreneurs or really high-level professionals, and I always feel like the least intelligent person in the room. So it's always great to just be around them and see how they operate and see how much they really sacrifice to contribute to the school and things. So it's really inspiring, and it's really motivating.
Absolutely. That's really cool.
It is cool.
Yeah. So what do y'all do on the school board, and do you have any goals for this year?
So we have a ton of goals and aspirations, but primarily our goal is to ensure that they have everything they need to continue operating at a high level. They're a great school. The teachers are excellent. The staff and the faculty are excellent. So our goal is just to facilitate them doing what they need to do, ensuring they have a nice facility, ensuring they have the great technology and all the most current things available for them to continue to be successful and continue being great teachers and educators. So our goal is just to ensure that they're able to operate in the way that they have been, and that they have everything that they need to continue to be successful.
Yeah. And then the last time that you were on our other show, WUCN Live, you did mention that y'all were looking at trying to add the 5th grade.
Right. Yeah, currently we're seeking a 5th grade teacher. We have enough children coming back for that class, so we're going to be going. We recently added 4th grade, so now we're going all the way up to 5th grade. Wow. One of our goals is to eventually go all the way to 8th grade.
Yeah.
So, yeah, our goal is just to continue having a good private institution that encourages good Catholic values and is able to have a nice environment for the children to learn and faith-based education. So we recently added 5th grade. We're currently in the process of having plans drawn up to develop a new campus and a new facility. Wow. Yeah, so like I was saying, everybody on the board is super intelligent and they have really high aspirations. Just being around them and seeing some of the goals and the things they talk about is really inspiring. So we have a lot of big plans, and the thing we've accomplished this year is, we've renovated the old facility. We made it much nicer for the children. Yeah. We acquired them all individual technology like Chromebooks and things like that. Whoa. Yeah, so it's not like it used to be. Currently, we're really working hard on getting enough funds for them to be able to just really flourish.
That's amazing. And so that said, let's talk about your upcoming country music festival.
How exciting.
I know, right? So this is a first for Sacred Heart. What made y'all decide to try out this type of event?
So, it's the 90th anniversary. We talked about that on the previous show as well.
Yeah.
And so we were really successful in our previous fundraiser, the casino night in October. It was a huge success and we really did great. So we were kind of chatting about, we were looking at what they did previously at fundraisers or spring events. And we're like, well, we got to go for it again and do something big just so it's something special. People always talk about, there's nothing to do in Floresville or there's no fun things and things like that. So we're all citizens here as well. Everybody on the board is a parent. Everyone here is a Floresville citizen or lives in the surrounding area. So we want to be good citizens and we want to provide, community and a culture and things that we value. So we talked about it. We recently did the barbecue cook-off. I don't know if you heard about that, but it was a huge success. The organizers were really impressed. They said it was the best they'd ever seen for a first-year event. We're bringing that back next year. We're hoping to bring the country music festival and make it an annual thing. So our goal is to provide something, not the usual stuff, something bigger and better so that it's worthwhile for us to raise the revenue and it's also worthwhile for the community to participate.
Right.
So the goal is just it's our 90th anniversary. Let's have some big events. Let's have a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And so we hear that this will be featuring some up-and-coming country singers, as well as some well-known names. So who all will be performing?
So there's a gentleman named Clay Hollis, another gentleman named Curtis Grimes, and then the big headliner is Josh Ward. And I do like Texas country. I'm a huge fan. But I'm not really familiar with a lot of the artists, but from what I hear from a lot of my peers, and a lot of my friends, that the value for the ticket price and the level of these artists is really amazing. So that's another thing, we didn't want to make it inaccessible or super expensive. So we really wanted to make it a fun event with really high quality talent that a lot of people can afford. So
absolutely. So that all being said, I have a few questions about the event itself. One, what all can folks expect to experience?
So the gates will open at approximately 5:30, I believe. And then for the VIP guests, which is we sell VIP tables or individual VIP seats. Those individuals get a free dinner, and then they get complimentary adult beverages, and they get better access to the stage. The dinner served for them is at 6 o'clock. And then for general admission, we'll be having beer vending, a bunch of different choices of different beverages, soda and water as well. And then additionally, there'll be local food truck scooters. They're always at Finders Keepers and stuff. So they'll be there vending food as well. There'll be dancing. There'll be a bunch of good Texas country music, good friends, good family. Just a great environment to have fun and really enjoy yourself. So
absolutely. And so my second question, how much are tickets? And you mentioned that there are some different tiers.
Right.
Yeah.
So the VIP table is, it seats 8 persons. It's $1,500 for the individual VIP seats. It's $200. And like I said, you get a dinner and you get a shirt, I believe. And additionally, you get complimentary beverages.
Yeah.
So, and then for the individual tickets, general admission, $40 pre-sale. and I believe the pre-sale ends on the 20th at noon, and then $50 at the gate. So it's a different access, but I mean, it's still going to be a great event no matter what tier you purchase or how you decide to participate, and a really great value.
All right. So that all being said, what are the goals for this event, and where will those proceeds go? Why are they needed?
Right. The goal for the event is kind of I touched on a little bit, is let's do it again. Let's have fun, and let's make something that's a tradition and creates culture and community in Floresville, and we want to participate from the perspective of the school. And so that's the main goal, right? It's just that to let everyone know we're here and we're part of the community and we care and we want to develop something great and fun. And then additionally, and yes, it is a fundraiser, right? So another goal is to raise funds for the school, right? And like I said, we have very inexpensive tuition. We have very inexpensive registration fees. We try to keep all the costs minimal because it is a blue collar town, and some people do need help to access this kind of education. So our goal is to keep it accessible. So in order to do that, we have to supplement the revenue and supplement the funds. And so we do that through fundraising. And that way, all of the students and the teachers have nice facilities and they have nice things. So our goal is to raise money and to do it in a manner that's not predatory or unfair to persons. We want to raise money in a way where it's value-based.
That said, I assume the funds would go to the school.
Correct. Yeah, it all goes to the accounts of the school. It's a nonprofit organization. All the board members operate on a volunteer basis. So, all the funds, and not only that, a lot of these parents and everything, they sacrifice a huge amount of their time and their resources and their capital in order to provide some of the value. So there's a ton of sacrifice involved with it, and it's more than just tuition. There's volunteering efforts and things like that take a lot of time from their families and friends. A lot of the participants and stakeholders, they put a tremendous amount of effort and resources into it.
Amazing. So we talked about, how much these tickets cost, these different tiers of tickets, and also where those funds from the tickets will go. But now let's talk where we can find tickets.
Right. You can go to the Sacred Heart Catholic School Facebook page. They have a QR code there. We developed a flyer for the event. We also recently purchased an ad in the Wilson County News.
Yeah.
Came out great. I really enjoyed seeing it. And then additionally, if you don't like those things, like QR codes and everything, I know they can be a little confusing sometimes. You can call the school at 830-393-2117, and they'll be selling tickets there at the school. And additionally, we will be selling tickets the day of the event. However, the VIP tiers are not available because they need to get kind of head counts for food and things like that. And then the price for the general admission does go up by $10. So it will go from $40 to $50. So it's not that significant, but it does pay to buy in advance.
Right. That makes sense. Are there any other upcoming events, campaigns, or fundraisers going on at Sacred Heart after this?
So one of the fun things is the Sacred Heart Valentine's Court. Yeah. They had the recent coronation. Seeing all the kiddos dress up and get on the float is really fun, and something that's like we talked about, culture and community. It's a way that the school represents itself in the community. So they go to all the surrounding festivals and get on the little parades, and they go to events. So that's something that we love to see. I know they have to sell a significant value of raffle tickets to get to be on the court. So it's amazing what these kids, a lot of them decide that they want to be on it. So they really put in the extra effort to sell a bunch of tickets. And then next year, October 7th, my personal favorite, once again, we're going to be doing casino night.
Right.
And that will be not at the Show Barn or the Wilson County Event Center. It's going to be at the Floresville Event Center next year. So it's a little bit nicer. It's a little bit larger. And then we're going to have more tables, more fun. And so, that's something I can't wait for. I always love casino night.
Absolutely. Yeah, that sounds really fun. And so another question, since you mentioned that y'all have opened 5th grade and are looking for a teacher, are you hiring staff for the new school year?
Certainly, yeah. We're currently seeking a lot of team members and new educators to come help us out. I know that they needed a fifth grade teacher. I believe that there may be a physical education teacher position available. I heard something mentioned about educational aides. And so if you are an educator or interested, there's all different requirements in relation to qualifications, but I mean there seems like a lot of spots for everyone. It doesn't not dependent on education or certification. So just check it out. It's archsa.org/employment, and that's for the Archdiocese, and that's where they post all the positions for the new availability.
Awesome. Okay, so hopefully y'all will get some applicants.
Awesome. I know Principal V would really like it. Yeah. I've spoken to some of the teachers, and they've came to our school, and they've made sacrifices to come here. And I asked them why, and they said, that either their children went there or someone they know went there, and that they really felt like it was worthwhile, and it was such a great environment. And comparatively to, not that public educators do bad, but when the class sizes are so large and you have to deal with different aspects involved with teaching, that they really enjoy just being at Sacred Heart because it's kind of a different environment.
Absolutely. And so we've covered so much information. How can folks learn more or keep up with Sacred Heart Catholic School, ask questions about your music festival, or even get involved?
So they recently did a lot of updates on the website. I'll put a bunch of links in the comments too about some of the things we discussed. They're active on social media, the Sacred Heart Catholic School Facebook page, or just give Miss Teresa a call in the front office and she'll get an answer for you. Or figure out how to get an answer for you. And if there's a bunch of flyers posted, a bunch of ads posted. We're trying to get the word out there about the concert. We want it to be a success. Or even if you want to just reach out to me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Josh Travieso. Just reach out to me and I'll do my best to help you out. So
awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I always enjoy coming to chat.
That's all for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the Press Room with WCN-TV, brought to you by the Wilson County News. For more information about anything we mentioned in today's show, see recent editions of the Wilson County News or visit wilsoncountynews.com. You can also find articles corresponding to each topic discussed today in this video's description. Thank you to the Go Wilson 360 Community Calendar for sponsoring this episode of the Press Room. Visit www.gowilson360.com to check out the free community calendar where individuals and organizations can post their events and invite the public to participate. All that's required to post your event is to create a free account. Go Wilson 360 is a product of the Wilson County News and is one of our initiatives to engage and connect our community. Remember to follow us where you're watching so you never miss an episode, and consider subscribing to receive print, digital, or both editions of the Wilson County News each week. You can find more news or subscribe at wilsoncountynews.com. You can also download our app, Go Wilson, to receive updates from our newsroom at your fingertips. The app is available for Apple and Android devices at gowilsonapp.com. We hope you'll tune in next week for another episode of The Press Room. See you then!